Hello, boys and girls. This week we're working on lesson number 4, the mini project, the HTML web page. And this is what it looked for. If you look at, we have 5 different sections here. We are only going to look at the first 2. So I'm going to click on this. And one group I did have start with the web page papers, but we're going to skip that for right now. We'll come back to that for 702 and this half of 701. Okay, so what we're going to do, we are going to review each of these 6 letters in order to figure out just some review. Okay, so I'm going to click on the first one, animals native to the Americas, and I am going to version history, go to start over. This should only take you a few minutes. It's not that much work. If you pay attention in class, it would be really helpful. It would be helpful if you came to class. That would make everyone's life a little easier. So if you look, over here the text is all bunched together. They don't have any paragraph tags here. Most of you know how to put the paragraph tags in, so I'm just going to go ahead and start with the first paragraph. Less than P greater than symbol, and then after the word ecosystems, less than backslash P greater than, and then you look over your display area and you can see that the paragraphs have separated, and then we're just going to go through here and do all of them. Just practice putting that paragraph tag in, understanding what its purpose is. Now I have 2 paragraphs separated now. Now I'm going to go to rattlesnakes. Okay, and make sure you do the last one. Even though it looks like it's all separated, we're going to make sure that we're going to do it correct. Whoops, wrong one. And then that is complete. Make sure you click on the word, the button over here that says you're finished. We're going to go back. Now we're going to go back over here where it says debugging paragraphs. Of course, I'm going to go to version history and start over. These instructions up here pretty much they say the same thing each time, so I'm not going to bother reading them. We're just going to try to pick out why these are pink down here. Of course, you guys know that if it's pink, you know there's a bug in there somehow or another. So some of our geniuses, I think it was Seon today, was able to point out that they had flipped the opening and closing paragraphs on both of these paragraphs. And it's a pretty good joke if you take the time to read it. You may hear it from me someday. So all we did was take out the backslash, add a backslash. Take out the backslash and add one down here on line 10. Good? I hope so. I'm going to come over here, click on finish. It's going to take me back. And we're going to go to fishing, number C. It's snowing again, by the way. It is 4 o'clock on Monday afternoon. Okay, so we're looking down here, and if you look, see this paragraph right here, green and pink. It's missing here. It's missing here, and then this title out here, going outside, isn't a header. And again, it's just a simple, someone keyed in the wrong symbol. So on line 11, we're going to take away the period and add a greater than sign. And at the end of that line, we're going to add a greater than sign. And then you'll see that the paragraph over here appeared and the going outside changed into a header. If I go too fast in this video, you can pause the video, do your work, and then come back and start it again. Okay, that was fishing. We're going to debug headers. Number D, letter D. And I keep saying that, numbers instead of... Okay, so it says there are a few issues on this page headings. Can you fix them? And if you see the bugs, they're plain and easy to see. All there are, they don't match. The H1 here and the H3 here, we need to make them the same. So I'm gonna just make them match up with the first header. Down here, it's the other way around. The H3 is first, and then down here they have the H1, and that should be H1. And that's it. There was 3 little bugs in there. It fixed up everything. Styles of dance, b-boying, breakdancing, and we're finished that one. Letter E. Some people had trouble with this one. They missed the first step in this process. We did something like this on the previous lesson. It said, here's a page about animals of the sea. Can you add a catchy, large heading and title to it? So what they want, they need a title up here, because these have the different animals. So we're going to go up to line 6 before the paragraph tag. Hit enter on your keyboard so it drops down. Oop, I'm gonna backspace that. I made a mistake. On line 6, I should say. Then hit enter. Then I'm going to use my arrow key to go up. Less than H1. Greater than. Then we got to come up with a catchy title. And I think we made it simple. Animals that live in the sea. And then we close that tag. And now you have a title. Now you have the large text up here, and it breaks down into different animals of the sea. Easy. Okay, finish. And this is a line break. This is actually a new piece of code I will be adding to your materials. It says, in some situations, like a poem or a list, you want to start a new line inside the same paragraph, like you might do in poetry. You can use the line break, and it's less than BR greater than tag for this. It says this tag is useful for writing addresses or poem. It does not need a closing tag. Note the BR tag enter breaks not to separate paragraphs. Always separate each paragraph with its own set. So I have to start over here again. Alright, this takes a little longer than I like. I'll hit refresh and sometimes it pops up and it's ready to go. Okay, see how the haikai, or however you say that. I think it's haiku. It's all one line, and we want them on individual lines. So on line 9, we're gonna put less than BR greater than, and see how it separates the line up here, and we don't need to close it. Less than BR greater than. That's it. We are done this section. We are going to move on to this next week. Some people actually went in and started doing this, but it's not required. We will do this in part 2 of this lesson. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Please, if you decide you want to do this work, let me know so I can change your grade, because I did give you a 0 if you did not complete the work. Okay? Thanks.